Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago White Sox March to October. We are hopping straight into the first game today. We're down 2-1 here in the 8th inning against Texas, but we do have 2 on and only 1 out with Sheets up against a righty. Okay. So far in this game, we have a couple doubles and a triple. Engel's actually having a decent game today as the DH. Ohtani pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs. We only have 1 run to show for, wow, 13 runners on base, 8 hits, 5 walks, only 1 run. That's no good. And we're in another spot here where we can cash in. Second and third, speed on second. That's a very hittable pitch. I don't know what I'm looking for. This is just a pretty high stress situation to load into right away like this at the start of an episode. Oh, and that was another one. All right, we draw the walk, which is not really the best thing for this situation, because that just sets up a double play. Vaughn's got to come through. He looks like he's slowing down a little bit. Average down to 264. This is a small PCI too. Okay, we got it in the air. That's actually hit really deep. Dang, that went way deeper than I thought. We'll get the runner in. We'll get Engel up to third. Okay, tied it up. We had to come out of that situation with at least the 1. Going to a new pitcher now, it's Dunning. And we have Zach Collins up. We have a good matchup here. Just need a base hit. Man, that sinker right now is working like a change. Dunning's speeds are way slower. Oh, Oh, and I popped it up. I waited back finally on the sinker, and I was too far under it. Oh, okay. We just got to score next inning. I don't really want this one to go to a ton of extras. I guess we could leave Ohtani in. He's got a lot of energy. Even the 2 lefties coming up aren't really much better against righties than they are against lefties, so the matchup doesn't really play a factor there. That plays a factor though. Leadoff base hit. Yeah, and you know what? No, I'm not gonna mess around. Leadoff base hit, couple lefties. We'll get Crochet in. There's actually 3 lefties in a row. Nice. The slider gets him. Perfect. Nice. Heater up for low. Can we strike out a third here? Get Crochet back to his dominant ways? And we do. Crochet comes in, strikes out 3 in a row after the leadoff base hit. Keeping it right where it's at. Let's score. Oh, Turner, man, I really thought that was getting down the line. Was he hugging the line? I wonder if that gets by if he's not playing in like that. Oh my god, and first pitch swinging? Dude, I'm going to blow this here. We are going to end up going to extras. Oh my god, and I'm doing the same thing with Luis Robert there. At least that one was in the strike zone. I just don't know how I make that bad of a swing on it. Alright, well, Adolis Garcia is actually worse against lefties here, so we're going to keep Crochet in for him. And there we go, slider gets him. I mean, man, I do kind of want to leave Crochet in and just keep striking guys out, but I want to play it safe. We have Johnny Lasagna, who is absolutely dominant this year. He is still not giving up a run in 21 innings. That should get run down, right? Luis Roberts there. Easy. Oh, the slurve. Okay, it's not where it's supposed to be, but easy grounder. Gets us through the 9th. On to extras again. Come on, man. Let's not make this last overly long here. Let's end this quick. Perfect, dude. He kept wanting to throw that backdoor sinker. And I knew if he got it close enough, that's exactly what I wanted to do with it. Perfect at bat from Eloy. I was about to say, when the inning started, in this kind of situation, I'd like to have that free runner on second, but now it's almost like we have that. No outs and a runner on second. Ooh, actually, okay, they let me hold up. I think I'm going to bunt him over. Don't really trust Engel's hitting, so let's see if we can lay down a nice bunt. Okay, good job. Oh, I tried to pull that one back. Now we have 2 strikes. Come on, man. Oh, hang on. That's better than a bunt. Perfect out of nowhere, kinda. That's deep. I don't think that's deep enough to get over any heads. Okay, it's not, but that's an easy sack fly. Eloy comes in pretty easy there. We have our lead. That's exactly what we needed. 10th inning, get our run right away. We have Hendricks. And we still have a chance for more. Only 1 out here. Sheets up. Oh, that's not a good pitch to be swinging at. And Vaughn, that's a pretty decent swing, but it's right to him. That's fine, though. We did our damage. We got our one. We have our dominant closer coming in with the lead. What more can you ask for? All right, Liam. 9, 1, and 2. Oh, my God. We were really brushing him back twice here? Come on. This is a 9-hole hitter. Attack. There we go. Okay, maybe not attack there. That was a perfect swing. All right, this is where it gets scary, though. Marcus Semien. Don't... Liam, buddy, you're not making the best pitches today. Okay, good curve. Good curve. I know he fouled it off, but at least that was a good pitch. And there we go. Swinging on the slider. There we go, 2-seam behind that one this time. Another good outing for Liam. 1, 2, 3 to pick up the save. That was a nice little win there. Ooh, and we get a lot of momentum because we came into that losing. That's pretty good, actually. Because even though we did come into the game losing, it was only down 1, and they gave us second and third with only 1 out. That's a pretty easy way to get a lot of momentum at once. So, man, we are definitely going to not slow down here going into the halfway point of the season. 6 more fireballs. We went from nothing to practically filled up here. Just keep winning games, man. Just keep winning games. Sweep Seattle. Another series against Texas. Are we playing them again? Oh, see, this one's tougher. They're making me down 2, and the 2 runners on are on first and second. Okay, you know what? I was gonna pause and do a little bit of a mid-season stat update for how everyone's doing, but I think we want to continue on here after having a pretty decent game in the last one. We'll get into this right away and see if we can continue the momentum. We're at home this time. We're getting shut out. 3 hit by, I think I saw it was Clayton Kershaw. Yeah, he's at 100 pitches. Is he staying in? Let's just see up to this point. It was a Scooble game. He pitched pretty well. Loaizaga is another scoreless outing. And man, Pedro Severino for them hit a home run. He actually, I completely forgot. He was in our system last year and he was stuck in the minors. This is a good matchup though. Luis Robert against a lefty. Some speed on the bases. 3-0, he doesn't want to pitch to him. I don't blame him. Okay, there we go. That was close. We got the call, and we have bases loaded for Eloy. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't be taking that down 0-2. It just froze me there. Man, dude, and now a double play would end it. We have Shohei up, though. Okay, 3-0 to Shohei. I kind of wanted something to hit. Okay, and he ends up walking him anyway. Walks in the run. We still have 1 more to go. Oh, and I thought if they left Kershaw in, we had a really good matchup with Vaughn coming up. But yeah, they're going to go to a righty. We'll get Sheets in there. Not that Vaughn's bad, but I mean, look at the difference there. Sheets is way better against righties. We only need a base hit here with Luis Robert on second. Oh, no, I pulled off on it, and we're not even gonna get the run in. Okay, man, it is Sano though who's up next, and he is one of our more clutch players. Oh, and I got one right down the middle to destroy, and I missed it. Just barely missed it. Oh, that sucks. Definitely had chances there, but I guess I couldn't really hit. I didn't get a hit that time. It was all drawing walks. All right, well, we should still have not really much momentum. Hopefully not too long of a sim here. I mean, not like we can't spare a couple losses, but we'll still take the series. Take the series against them too. And we have, this isn't a fast track. This is a call up. So we failed his fast track earlier in the year, but now we have a chance to call him up. And if I do this and fail again, that would be our last chance to get him an attribute boost. But this might be our last chance anyway, who knows? Well, if I bring him up, I'd probably bring him up for Angle. Although, of course, he's actually doing decent lately. He's got that hot symbol next to him. I don't know though. I think this is just probably something I have to do more for Montgomery. And if we do it, if we're successful, that gets him up to like an 87. His contact would get up to like mid to high 70s. I just don't know where his spot would be. He'd probably still be coming off the bench. All right, but I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm still gonna call him up. We're gonna bring him up over Angle. I could bring him up over like Jose Ruiz, because it's not like he has much of an impact. I don't know though, with Ohtani already being our DH, we already have an extra guy on the bench, so we probably don't need another extra guy on the bench. So we'll send Engel down, get Montgomery up here. So there he is. He's on the White Sox. He's on our big league squad one way or another now. Now it's just a matter of, can we get him that upgrade? I think though that I'm gonna save that for the next episode, but don't go anywhere yet, because I do want to update you all on the stats and how everybody's doing, league leaders and stuff like that, because we're right at the halfway point. I wanted to get that in this episode. So yeah, we'll save Montgomery for the start of next one, but let's look at how the league is shaping up now. 63-16 is where we're at. The Orioles, they're in first at their 29th rank. The Blue Jays, man, why can they not figure it out? Mariners have it so far in the West. Astros are still in the mix. Rangers are way under 500 for being 10th ranked like that. The Braves, man, they are not really cooling down. I mean, they're only 5 wins behind us, and they had 7 losses more. So like, yeah, we're still plenty better. We have a plenty higher record, but they are not falling back. And the Marlins even, that's a really good team. Pirates still leading in the Central. You have the 2 highest ranked teams in the division in last place. I know it's a pretty tight race top to bottom here, only 4 games back. And then it's the Dodgers in the West, and the Rockies are actually making a bit of a surge. 10 wins in a row for them. So how about our guys? We'll start with the pitchers. Kopech, they have it sorted by wins here. He's leading the team in wins as a relief pitcher. Dylan Cease only has 8 decisions in 16 starts, so half of his starts are no decisions. They're probably all going to Kopech. Ohtani has the most innings for us, and he's ridiculous. Probably the best pitcher in the league right now. 10-3 record. He has a 2.58 ERA with 138 strikeouts to only 27 walks. 3.7 WAR just as a pitcher. Marquez is going crazy too. He's cooled off a bit because that ERA was under 2 for a while, but he's striking out a lot of guys, which, I mean, when we signed him, his thing was not really getting that many strikeouts, but this year his Ks per 9 is over 9. Severino is having a pretty standard Severino year. Cease, we already kind of looked at him. His numbers have fallen back. I remember he started out the season really hot. He's given up a lot of homers. That's kind of an issue. 18 homers in only half the innings as last year, and that's only 5 less than last year. His walks are way down though. I mean, yeah, if you look at this, that's a full less walk per 9 and a full extra strikeout per 9. So those are looking good. It's just coming at the expense of more homers. He's up to a 90 overall though, so he's reached that A potential. And then we have Skubal up to an 84. He was struggling a lot. His ERA was way higher than it is now, so he's been turning it around lately. And yeah, I mean, just kind of, I don't know, there's really nothing about him to really talk about. The walks are looking good. Everything else is pretty standard. And then Kopech, we have definitely found his role. He is a long reliever. He's not a starter. 2.03 ERA in 53 innings. Probably has a shot at leading the league in wins if he keeps up this pace too. Johnny Lasagna finally gave up a run though. It took 25 innings to do it, and he gave up 2 actually and blew a save. But he's having such a good year that his attributes are improving a ton at age 30. We have him locked up now for a while, so man, he might have emerged as the new closer candidate once Hendricks is gone after this season. But our bullpen as a whole is doing pretty good because we have him. Minter still hasn't given up a run. He doesn't pitch much though. Graveman doesn't pitch a whole lot either, and he's only given up 1 run. And then Crochet with a 3.18 ERA. And we had that really nice outing with him in that game against the Rangers. Oh yeah, and then Jose Ruiz, who we already looked at, which that's disappointing because I actually had a good feeling about Jose Ruiz. High hits per 9. He was really good in the minors last year. I know, it's not like he's gotten much of a chance to prove himself, but that sucks. And then Hendricks, giving up a couple more runs, but that ERA is still crazy. He's walking a few more guys, though, than normal. Already up to his 8 walks in half the innings. 24 saves, though. I think he needs to get to, if I remember right, when I was looking at the beginning of this season, if Hendricks gets to 40 saves this season, then he will have the most career saves in White Sox history. I'll have to check on that, though. But he's kind of holding off the regression. I mean, as much as he can be at 36. So yeah, I think this is definitely a good spot to call it his last year, but he's holding on for now. And then Taylor Rogers, kind of in the same boat. He's regressing at 34, but not a whole lot, and he's still having a pretty nice year. He's actually pitching again this year. So yeah, not much to talk about with him. Collins going off. That's his typical slash line, it feels like. 434 on base. He's one walk behind his strikeout total. Looking good there. And then Yermin, he starts against lefties and he's going off too. Those numbers are looking Zach Collins-esque. Sheets is doing really good. I was looking at this before. His numbers have dropped slightly, but that on base is right up near 400. The progression's looking real nice. 18 homers already matches his total from last year. And then Sano, he's gotten plenty of at-bats too this year, and he's having a good one too. The power numbers keep falling though, but he's still an on-base machine. Scope hasn't gotten much chance to play, and he's not doing that great. And we move to Moncada, who is doing that great. He's back to his 2023 form, and arguably even better. The power still does not show up though. I would think 66 power against righties would result in more homers than that, but I guess not. He's getting plenty of extra base hits though. Just really doing his thing, doing what we expected him to do, bringing him back. Trey Turner, he's been having a down year. He's turning it around recently. On base up to 350 out of the leadoff spot. The power is down a little bit. The gap power is way down though. Not nearly as many doubles as he's been hitting, but drawing a lot of walks, not striking out a ton. Still been a pretty good player for us, just a little bit of a dip. And then Tim Anderson, his average is coming back up and the power isn't really slowing down. 19 homers for him. Last year was his career high in homers, and we are well on pace to blow past that. I mean, we're at almost exactly half of his at-bats as last year, so if you double this home run count, he's on pace to hit 38. That's a new version of Tim Anderson right there. Andrew Vaughn, he is back this year. The power's back, 14 homers. I'd still like to see these numbers a little bit higher, but you really can't complain with a 364 on base. Eloy's numbers, though, I'd like to see them jump up. The power's fine. 19 homers is fine. Luis Robert out in center is having a great year. He kind of did this last year though, where he had a really nice first half and then kind of dropped off in the second half, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But this is just kind of the all-around season you want out of him. James Outman, we don't really have to go over him too much because his numbers haven't really changed since we got him, and that is it. So league leaders, we won't spend too much time on this, but Moncada and Ohtani pretty high up in batting average. Ohtani is up there for homers, but Yordan is going crazy this year. He's having one of the best hitting seasons of all time. Slugging at 760. It was even higher than this when I was looking before. So he's cooled down a bit, and these are still his numbers. Just overall, a lot of good seasons at the plate from the league. I mean, that's 7 hitters above a 1,000 OPS, and then a couple more that are just like right there. And then in the National League, it's the same thing. Everybody has got an OPS over 1,000. Everyone's going off at the plate this year. Arson Judge actually signed with the Giants, if you forgot, in this series, and he's having his best year there so far. Tatis is just ridiculous. 450 on base with a 726 slugging. Kopech is tied for the league lead in wins, and then we also have Marquez, Severino, and Ohtani on the board. Liam Hendricks is leading in saves, not the entire MLB though. We have our 2 guys here at the top in ERA, 3 guys here in the top 5 for strikeouts, and then Severino at 7. Ohtani is leading the league in pitching WAR, and I was looking at this before. We do have Robert at 3, but Ohtani doesn't show up on the WAR leaderboards for batting WAR, but we can still see what it is if we toggle the stats here. He's at a 4 wins above replacement as a hitter, so combine that with his 3.7 as a pitcher, and he's got a 7.7 wins above replacement. I don't know if that's a direct, you can just add them together and that's what you get, but if he was on this leaderboard, he'd be at 5 for batting WAR. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty expected when you're 63 and 16 that most of your players are going to be having amazing seasons, and that is exactly what's happening. We obviously don't have much competition in our division at all, so really the only thing we have to shoot for in this second half is to finally finally break that single season wins record. We got to get to 117 wins. But guys, that is where we're going to go ahead and end this one. Make sure if you like today's episode, you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.